Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to UPSC with VAR. So, we'll first see differences between bacteria, protozoa, helminth, fungi, and virus. So, coming to bacteria, they are prokaryotes. That is, they don't have nucleus and they do not have membrane bound organelles. Yesterday we spoke about it. And remaining are eukaryotes. Coming to virus is a RNA or DNA structure which cannot live by itself. It needs a host cell. It needs somebody else cell to replicate itself. Okay, can they live outside? Yes, 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 and this no. Helminths also can live outside. Coming to reproduction, that is how do they separate? Okay, so it is binary fusion, that is from one bacteria to other bacteria. They'll just do a fusion and they'll come outside. And protozoa, it can be sexual and asexual. Helminths also same. Virus, as I told, inside host. Their role in the nature as bacteria acts as decomposers and nitrogen fixers. So what's decomposers? So any rotten material, they'll go and they'll feed on it. That is, they'll take their food from it. And then same, protozoa are decomposers as well as parasitic. That is, they'll come and they will cause diseases to you. And next, helminths are parasitic. Example can be round worms, etc. And coming to fungi also, they are decomposers. You know the best example as yeast. And virus is also parasitic. That is, they are disease causing organism. See, parasitic, some. Yes, yes, yes. Almost all of them are parasitic. The sizes I've mentioned, just look at them, but that's not much of important. And next, what is mucormycosis? That is black fungus. Initially, it was called zygomycosis. So, it is basically a, I think it is basically found in the environment. They are molds, okay, in the soil or decaying organic matter. So it will actually affect individuals who are already in medications. So every day when you are going outside, you come across these generally. But what happens is your immune system suppresses them and they do not enter your cells, okay? But see, through inhalation or ingestion, they will come into your body. But your immune system is so high that these molds are not even, they'll not even give a little effect to you, okay? But who are already having medications, their immune system will already be compromised. In that cases, this will actually act very fastly. Okay, the symptoms are sinusitis, nasal blockage, blackish nasal discharge, and blurred vision, and blackish coloration over the bridge of the nose. Your nose, you'll have the blackish coloration. So antifungal medicines are available, but mostly surgical process would be there, that they'll remove this part where the blackish area has happened because it is deemed to spread, and it is declared as an epidemic under Epidemic Diseases Act 1987. And next, what are probiotics? So this is a question from 2022 prelims. If you see in the supermarkets now, you are getting some bottles called probiotics. They are saying that it is good for your gut, that is your stomach. It will help in the digestion, right? So it's nothing but a live beneficial bacteria or yeast. So they are naturally found in gut, skin, mouth, and urinary tract. See, if they ask any question that something you're taking inside your body and it is not found in your body, until and unless it's bacteria or pathogens, they will be found in your body. That is why you are taking them inside your body. Or else, if you take a foreign substance, your immunity will suppress it. Okay. So recently, Indian scientists have developed next generation probiotics. That is, it will help in longevity and healthy aging. That is, it will increase your days of living. Try to. So there are two types. That is lactobacillus, which is found in yogurt and fermented food, and bifidobacterium, that is found in your dairy products. So both of them are helpful. What are the main benefits? Are digestive health, reduce depression, and promote heart health. So the next topic is DNA versus RNA. So in the chromosome, you have a helix shaped structure that which is double stranded. This is called DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. When this one strand is removed, it is called RNA. So from RNA, what happens is it will create protein that is required for your daily activities. So from DNA to RNA, it's called transcription. Okay, cryption. From here, from RNA to protein, it's called translation. Remember it, okay? So RNA is called riboxynucleic acid, and then structure is double stranded, single stranded. The sugar inside it is deoxyribose and ribose, and bases are adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. So what are bases? So if this is your RNA, so when you open it, you will have something in it like this. So it's adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. So all of them are similar except one. So in RNA, instead of thymine, you will have uracil. Okay, so the location is in nucleus. The RNA is in nucleus and cytoplasm as well. Function is it stores generic information, and RNA stores protein synthesis. So stability, DNA is more stable and RNA is less stable. Next, what is doping? Doping is use of prohibited substances or methods to enhance athletic performance. So you can think that it's a form of drug which will enhance your playing ability. Okay, so why is anti-doping bill introduced? So World Anti-Doping Agency actually monitors this because nobody should have an advantage with respect to medications in the games. So in our national level, India, we have National Anti-Doping Agency, which functions as an independent body under Union Ministry of Sports. So coming to the testing process, blood and urine samples are tested. They can be tested at the time of the game or outside the game. Testing is done in specific laboratories following international standards. And coming to statistics in 2019, World Anti-Doping Agency said that 152 violations has happened in India during games. So, National Anti-Doping Bill has been introduced in 2021. It prohibits athletes, support persons, or any other people engaging in doping. Penalties would be there if found, disqualification, ineligibility to participate, and final sanctions would also be there. Medicines are exempted with prior permission. Like if you have medicines and it contains some of the particles which have been banned with the anti-doping bill, that can be told before only. Coming to NADA responsibilities, it conducts raids and enforces actions against violations. Next, lymphatic filariasis, or else elephantiasis. So what happens here is this good mosquito will come and transmit it to humans. So it's also a neglected tropical disease. So what happens here is the leg would actually become swelled, that it will become so hard as rock eventually. So currently there are few vaccinations but no specific treatments as such. Next, Kala Azar. It is also an infectious disease but it is transmitted by sandflies. Okay, it's a protozoan parasite of Leishmanian genes. Okay, so it's a vector borne and it's also a neglected tropical disease. After malaria, it's second most deadly parasite disease. So it's endemic to India, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and India. Okay. And coming to rabies, see, everybody has pets nowadays. If medications are done, it's fine. But if medications are not done, what happens is it's a zoonotic disease. Zoonotic disease is nothing but which is transmitted from animals to humans. Okay, and then it's 100% fatal, and if untreated, 99% of cause of, so it's 100% fatal. That is, once you get it, you're done. Okay, but it is preventable. That is, you can have a preventable vaccination beforehand. Okay, and next, mostly it is 99% is caused by domestic dogs. It's found in all continents except Antarctica. We'll talk about influenza virus now. So, influenza virus is of four types. So, what is influenza virus? So, it's in the family of orthomyxoviridae, and the genome is, it has single stranded RNA which enters into our body. So it's transmitted through droplets, respiratory secretions of infectious person. So any disease which is spread through like respiratory secretions, it is called influenza. Okay, and then what are the four types? So the four types are, the first one is, it infects humans, birds, and other mammals. It can cause pandemics, just like COVID. And then type B is, it infects humans only but less severe outbreaks. Type C is mild infections in humans and pigs, and this is very, very rare. The cases are also very rare that are put. And then type D, it affects cattle, not known to infect humans. Bird flu, avian influenza. So, it's a viral and contagious disease affecting birds. It is transmitted from birds to birds and birds to humans as well. Okay. What happens is, mainly this migratory birds, they go from long distances, right? Middle they'll stop and then go. So this way, sometimes they will also transmit the diseases. Long distance viruses are transmitted. So in India, most cause of bird flus are because of these. Local movements like residential birds and poultry also contribute to bird flu. And this is influenza type A, because if somebody, for suppose if this bird is having, okay, not this bird, the poultry hen is having the disease, and somebody would take this only, and they'll happily eat. Now this guy will also get bird flu. Okay, so it's transmitted between birds and birds to humans as well. Next, there's a question for you. When you go to the gym and do heavy exercises, you feel cramps, right? Why does the cramp actually occurs? So when you do exercises, what happens is, the glucose in your body gets converted into carbon dioxide and water. This is the sweat which we were talking about. So this is aerobic respiration. So normally this happens in your body. But when you do exercises more and more, and here oxygen will also be there which converts all of these. So what happens here is, when you're doing exercise, your body requires more and more oxygen. Okay, so when oxygen is becoming less, that is, the demand is becoming more than the availability, then what happens is, this glucose is converted into lactic acid, or it will not convert into CO2 plus water, it will convert into lactic acid. So this lactic acid in your body, this is again called anaerobic respiration. So because of this, what happens is, your body parts start feeling numb. And when will it come back? After you taking some rest, so that your oxygen demand will equal to be supply. So just remember the aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Okay, next, what is ethylene? So ethylene are properties and regulations. Ethylene, we'll see properties and regulations. So it's a simple gaseous plant growth regulator. So if you'll put this ethylene in different forms into a plant, it grows rapidly. It's colorless, flammable gas, and it has sweet odor. So it is synthesized by aging tissues and ripening fruits. So the best example is mangoes. Not only mangoes, nowadays every vegetable, every fruit is being done like that only. Why does it happen is in order to sell them fastly and gain money. What else would be there? So key roles is fruit ripening, fruit growth and health. What can it do to you is irritates eyes, skin, respiratory passages and nervous system. It can be carcinogenic to humans. So this much is happening. So what will happen is FSSI AI will put regulations. That is Food Safety Standards Authority of India. It will put regulations. So it said that artificial ripening should not exceed 100 parts per ppm, and ethylene gas should not directly contact any food items. If anything is contacted, it cannot be supplied in the market. So we have the most deadly disease, that is malaria. So everybody, I think they'll understand or they'll remember which mosquito actually causes malaria. Can anybody guess? Yes, it's female Anopheles mosquito spreads it. And then it's a mosquito-borne disease caused by Plasmodium parasites. Okay, these are mosquito eggs, you can think. So there are 5 parasitic species which cause malaria in humans. Most dangerous are Plasmodium falciparum and Plasmodium vivax. It's preventable and curable. So the symptoms would include fever, shivering, sweating, and then muscle pain, nausea and vomitings, and then diarrhea and abdominal pain. If untreated, it can become severe, and if still untreated, people can die also. Okay. And World Health Organization recommended broad use of malarial vaccine targeted for children in regions where Plasmodium falciparum is very prevalent. Okay. And measures to eliminate malaria. See, it's the most deadly disease all over the world. So the most common things are to eliminate malaria. It has many strategies. So World Health Organization Global Malaria Program guided by Global Technical Strategy Malaria. So World Health Organization has put a global malaria program, which is mainly, see, World Health Organization cannot come and take care of everything. So it has put an organization called Global Technical Strategy for Malaria 2016 to 2013, and it has 3 pillars. That is pillar 1. So everybody should have access to malaria prevention, diagnosis and treatment. And pillar 2 are, it should accelerate efforts towards elimination and attainment of malaria free status. And also the pillar 3 is, it should transform malaria surveillance into a core intervention. That is, it has to be a main this thing. So malaria elimination initiatives in India mainly are Malaria Elimination Research Alliance India. So it will identify and it will do research on malaria, where it is more and how can it be eradicated. So the research organization is there. Ministerial Declaration on Malaria Elimination. So ministries are also promoting malarial elimination more and more. And then we also have a national task force on malarial elimination. It will actually give you technical guidance and monitoring of malaria elimination activities. We will see 5 kingdoms of the environment, that is Monera, Protesta, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Animalia is a subgroup where we come in. Okay. So cell type is, this one is prokaryotic, remaining all are eukaryotics. Cell wall is present in almost everything, but Animalia it's absent. For cell wall, if see, cell wall is nothing but a wall. So what happens when a wall is there? You don't have flexibility. Like if you see plant, it will stand straight. You cannot bend it here and there. So coming to humans, you will have to have flexibility. So Animalia kingdom, cell wall is absent. Nuclear membrane, as I told, prokaryotic, it's absent. Remaining everywhere, it's present. Body organization, Monera and Protesta are unicellular. that is, they have only single cell. Remaining all are multicellular. Mode of nutrition. So I'll tell you what's mode of nutrition. Autotrophic means they can self prepare their own food. Heterotroph means they are dependent on few animals and plants. And yeah, so it's autotrophic, heterotrophic. So you can see the table. Next, what's food adulteration? Food adulteration is nothing but adding unwanted substances into the food in order to improve your business. That's it. Adding or mixing poor quality, inferior, or harmful substances to your food. So, the main example you see in everyday life is your atta, the wheat flour, and also rice. And then milk. They'll add water, they'll add stones. So, they'll compromise the quality. Penalties for food adulteration. So, they are penalized, I mean, you will get fines based on Food Safety and Standards Act 2006, and it will detect adulteration with rapid tests. So, coming to Consumer Protection Act 2019, it would provide a three-tier quasi-judicial mechanism, that is, national, state, and district levels, in order to give fast justice to your problems. And also, it will ensure quick redressal of consumer disputes. So, these are some common food adulterants. For milk, you have water. For ghee, you have vanaspati and animal fats. For vegetables, you have green pesticides. For sugar, you have chalk powder. For honey, you have glucose and sugar syrup. Honey was in news in 1 or 2 years back, where they were bringing the adulterants from China. So the topic here is liquid nitrogen. So recently we are seeing the biscuits or food items which are being famous with the liquid nitrogen, right? So the properties are colorless, odorless, non-flammable, and non-corrosive. They are extremely cold element, that is, it's in 196 degrees Celsius. How is it formed? Like, nitrogen is compressed, and they'll also cool the nitrogen below its evaporating point in order to get that item. So applications would be freezing, transporting food. Basically, this is what it should do, but it is also being used for food items to add fun into your food. So harmful effects are, it's also used in cryotherapy. So the harmful effects are, it will freeze skin tissues, eye fluid, and cause cold burns and frostbite. If you get frostbite, you'll have to remove that part of your body because it will spread rapidly. Coming to methanol. So recently it has been found in hand washes. So what is it? It is a harm. It is harmful because if you get exposure to it, you'll have nausea, coma, seizures, permanent blindness, and central nervous system damage would be there. It is again colorless, fairly volatile liquid. That is, it will evaporate at room temperature very fastly. It's completely mixable with water. Its applications is in synthetic dyes, stuffs, pharmaceuticals, and perfumes. Treatment is, it has an antidote, that is phemopasia, but one should actually identify the cause of your problems. Next, the most important, tuberculosis. It is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It will affect lungs, spread through cough, sneezes, and spit. And the types are pulmonary TB, it affects lungs, extrapulmonary TB, that is, it will affect other parts of your body. So you have three types, that is multi-drug resistance, extensive drug resistance, and totally drug resistance. Multi-drug resistance is, it is resistant to first-line drugs, that is least ionazide and rifampicin. Okay, read that name for yourself. And extensively drug means it will not help with first-line drugs and second-line drugs also. What is this first-line drugs and second-line drugs? So whenever you get a disease, they will first use light dosage drugs for you. Okay, if that is not working, they'll go to second a little harmful drugs. So this is how it is. So totally drug resistance meant no matter what you use, it will not be curable. Coming to zoonotic diseases again, Nipah virus. It is spread through fruit bats or infected persons to humans. There's no specific treatment available to it. Next, Marburg viruses. It causes hemorrhagic fever. That is, the fatality ratio is 88%. It is closely related with Ebola virus. So it belongs to the family of Filoviridae, which is a family of Ebola virus as well. So what happens is prolonged exposure to mines or caves inhabited by fruit bats causes it. Human to human transmission is also possible. Next, Ebola virus, it also causes hemorrhagic fever. It is also fatal. It is a zoonotic disease. It is spread from wild animals to humans and between humans. Monkey bee virus, I think that monkey I have to put here. So please visualize that monkey being here. And it's the first human transmission occurred in China, but it is isolated in 1932. But recently, one case has again come into picture. So the characteristics are it will affect the nervous system. Transmission is direct contact or exchange of bodily fluids. Right now, there's no treatment available. And thank you for today. That's it. Have a great day.